Hi, everybody. Well, I got a little bit of a treat today because I got to go backstage and meet the cast of the Step 1 dance troupe here on the Newer Dam. A delightful cast of young people. They were really accommodating and really friendly. And the best part of it is that I got to go in and I got to see them doing their blocking, which is they're down a dancer right now, but there's another one joining them shortly. So they have to change their numbers around so that, if they have 6 dancers and they only have 4, you got to know where you're going to go and who's going to lift who and who's going to stand. So we got to watch them walk through tonight's number, which is musicology. And I got to see how they do their blocking, and they are so good and so professional. It was really a treat to watch them block themselves out and, okay, I'm going to do this and you can do this and I'll do that. It was really a treat to watch them to get ready to do their number because the show was great. Again, I really enjoyed the first show, which was last evening. That was Humanity, one of my favorite shows on board, and I can't wait for musicology tonight. But we got to go after that. We saw the blocking, then we headed out backstage, which was another treat because every ship is different. I've been on some ships the backstage is huge, like concert hall huge. And I've been on some ships where it's like a cubby hole in the back. You just never know. So it's always fun to see how they have to work and where they have to change and how much room they have, etc. So we got to go backstage, see what it's like, up on the stage. We didn't actually walk on the stage because these dance troupes on Holland America, because it's a lot of dance numbers and it's not really like it's not a big costume thing for singers and stuff like that, where they're wearing these huge hats or any like the Broadway shows. It's more interactive with the screens and interpretive dance and to go along with the music, but they often dance in their bare feet. So we didn't want to walk on the stage and accidentally leave something there and maybe somebody gets injured. So we just stayed away from that, and we got to interview them in the back. And again, I tried to make them as best as I could, and Tony did the same, make them feel at ease. We didn't want to be drilling them with a whole bunch of questions, just some easy questions to find out a little bit about what it's like to work on a cruise ship with the company.
So what's the danger? What's the danger level dancing on the sea opposed to, say, dancing back at home?
Terra firma.
It's definitely more riskier than dancing on land because if the ship goes one way, you might go another. Or if you're jumping, the ship might come meet you up and it's like a rough landing. So
Have you done that?
Yeah. Like last night, for instance, it was actually quite rocky when we started the first show, and it takes you with you, and you're like trying to get back to where you should be, and you just can't.
And the opposite is true when you're on land.
Mm-hmm.
You're still having to adjust and you're doing your dance.
Yeah. It's funny, like the easiest things can be the hardest when it's rocky. Like standing still or just walking is like the hardest part.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you move with the ocean, it helps.
It's like never the big lifts.
Yeah.
It's always just walking.
The small things.
Straight
You're
line.
like,
It's really when you have to stop and hit that pose and you're like,
and you
the
just
ship's still
can't.
moving.
Yeah.
It's awful.
Yeah.
So with all the technology, is the lighting and everything computer based for all of them? Because I did notice you were missing the yellow dancer for the paint numbers. I saw the yellow spots and no yellow dancer.
Yeah, it's all a time code. Lights, music, text,
So
it's
So
all one big
it
time.
makes it a little tricky. Yeah, you can't adjust the lights or anything like that. Yeah.
That's the least bright and in the back, so we'll leave that one be.
And your missing dancer, is it because of COVID, or is she just not on board yet, or
So we actually have two.
missing?
We'll have 5 people tonight. One is just dealing with something right now.
Oh, okay.
So she will be in the show tonight, and another's not on board, and we're getting the replacement for them on
In
Sydney.
Sydney.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
I was wondering because I normally 6 to a troop,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So.
So last night we were down 2, but now we'll be only
Well,
down
now
1.
we're
Down
Strong 5.
Doing well.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do the best we can.
Yeah.
It's when you're down to 1 and you just
Yeah.
for 45 minutes. asking for volunteers in the audience.
Yeah.
You guys can join. Come on.
That would be the quickest empty show you ever saw if I got up there. But, well, we don't want to hold you guys up too much. We know it's show day for you, but we appreciate it. I'm good. If anybody else had any questions, we really appreciate it. I'll try not to embarrass you on YouTube. I really will. I edit pretty well, so
We want to see the video when it comes out.
Look forward to
maybe
voting
not.
Nice.
And they took a lot of my jokes with really good humor, and I really do appreciate that because I can be corny sometimes. But yeah, special thanks again to Holland America and the events director here on board for allowing us to be able to get into that, because we don't get to do that very often, especially with the COVID restrictions, right? So we were very happy that they allowed us to go backstage and do this, because we got to go interact in a small room with the cast, and if one of the cast members gets tested, it could affect the whole show for the whole cruise. So again, it was really appreciative that they got to do us, and the cast was great, very friendly. Looking forward to the show again tonight, and I thought maybe I'll bring you a little bit of that interview. I hope you appreciate that. And if you're on the Noor Dam or any Holland America, keep an eye out for the dance troops. I really do like their shows. I'm a dance kind of guy. I like to see the dance numbers, and as well as singing, but I appreciate the dance, and these dance troops are really, really professional, and these ones in particular were really, really good.